It is really frustrating when you get a rash and you have no idea what it is. Of course, we brought in our expert who probably knows what it is, Dr. Shoshana Kindred from Kindred Hair and Skin Center, who is here to clear it up, pun intended, for Derm Myth Monday. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
I'm happy to have you here because no one likes a rash. It's just nasty. You wake up with one and you're like, what is that? So what is it? What causes them? Just walk us through that random skin condition that so many of us can get.
The most common one is actually eczema. There's the eczema that we get when we're really young. Usually those patients are quite familiar with it, but sometimes you could just have something that irritates your skin and triggers an itchy rash. It's either pink, red, purple, or dark brown. And it's inflammation in the skin triggering itch. And we can do certain things that help it and certain things that worsen it.
Yeah, absolutely. These poor babies, when they get the eczema, I remember being a little kid and getting that, or heat rash afterwards, which I still get. But the myth, I'm wondering, myth or not, steroids, are they safe for the skin? Is there a time and place for them, or just stay away?
Such an excellent myth for us to debunk. So if inflammation is the culprit in dermatitis, that's like fire that needs to be put out with water. And cortisones is what our body uses to neutralize inflammation. So we use the same thing. When you have an active rash, such as eczema, we definitely need to put the fire out. So we definitely want a cortisone. Remember, the skin's job is not to look pretty. The skin's job is to protect us from the outside environment. So when we have eczema, we've compromised the function of the skin and we no longer have that protective barrier that allows chemicals and other allergens to insert our bodies through the skin. So it's very important that we put the fire out. It's very important that we use a cortisone to get the inflammation down. Now, once you no longer have the eczema, that is the time to stop the cortisone. But if it's active, we need to quickly whip out the cortisone to put it at bay.
That makes sense. And I like the analogy. You got to use that water to get the fire out. Explain eczema for people who either have it and don't really understand it, or have never had it and want to understand it.
Eczema is inflammation of the skin triggered by something. And the part about our area in Maryland is that every state, city, and country has donated a plant, flower, and tree to Washington, D.C. So we're exposed to more allergens than what is, I guess, natural. And it's very hard for us to tell a patient, avoid ragweed and pollen, so on and so forth. So a lot of times we will have to resort to the cortisone. However, it's also worsened by dry skin. So we have to tell patients to use a lotion. It's also worsened by fragrances, detergents, and other chemicals that we put on our body that our skin just doesn't like. Some people are just prone to it. This is where asthma, seasonal allergies, something called strawberry skin or keratosis pilaris runs in the family. They're just going to tend to always have it. The opposite end is, say, poison ivy, an allergic reaction. That can trigger an eczema as well.
Okay. All right. You know, you've got skin rashes covered and many other myths that you tackle in your book, Derma Myth, Breaking the Cycle of Skincare Myths. And we can get that at dermamyth.com, correct?
Absolutely. And Amazon and our website, kindredhairandskin.com.
Perfect. And if we want to see you in person for our hair and skin needs, how should we reach out? Do we just go to your website?
You can go to our website or give us a call at 443-HAIR-SKIN.
All right, Dr. Kindred, always a pleasure to have you on. And we'll be right back with more Midday Maryland right after this. Stay tuned.